Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh boys.
High school, champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Normal Community West High School here in Normal, Illinois. We are glad that you are with us as we've got a pretty good game coming up for you here in just a little less than a half hour as your Collinsville K-Hawks soccer team gets ready to take on the team from Moline in the Class 3A sectional final. My name is Todd Duke. And again, glad that you're with us, and welcome in to the pregame show brought to you today by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. Or excuse me, I think I got all that backwards. We're going to go with Chiropractic Works because that's what I did with the two coaches. So Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. We'll do LCs tomorrow. Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew, they're focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, the K-Hawks come into this contest with a record of 14-6-1. They went 8-2 in the Southwestern Conference and won their conference championship under their seventh-year head coach Rob Lugge, who now sports a record of 116 wins, 41 losses, and 6 ties. Moline, they come in undefeated. They have won 16 games, no losses on the year, and 3 ties. They went 7-0 in Western Big Six Conference action, and they are the Western Big Six Conference champions under their head coach, Rick Sanchez, who is in his 28th year as the coach at Moline and has a sparkling record of 383 wins, 168 losses, and 60 ties. Cahoks come into this sectional championship game riding an 8-game win streak, with 7 of those coming in Kahok shutouts. Tuesday night's 4-0 win over O'Fallon in the sectional semifinal was the 4th clean sheet straight, and all 3 playoff wins thus far have been Kahok shutouts. In the past season, Collinsville has outscored their opponent in the postseason, Collinsville has outscored their opponents 8-0 in the 4-0 win over O'Fallon on Tuesday. Collinsville scored twice in each half, with seniors Adam Reiniger and Sam Garofalo picking up goals 20 minutes apart. Junior Chris Munoz netted 2 goals in the second half on the way to the 4-0 win. The Cahoks defense, they have really been sparkling lately. They've played amazingly over the course of the playoffs. They only allowed O'Fallon 2 shots on goal Tuesday night. The Maroons, they come into this winner-take-all sectional championship game riding their own win streak of 7 straight, with 4 of those matches coming via a clean sheet. Those 7 win straights came after the final tie in the 3 state minutes that kept the Maroons from a otherwise perfect season, the last of which was a 1-1 tie with Barrington. The other 2 ties were separated by 9 days, a 1-1 tie at Morton High School on September the 14th and a 0-0 road tie. A 0-0 tie at home against Washington. That was on the 23rd of September. Moline took care of Bradley Bourbonnais 4-0 in their regional semifinal before taking the regional championship with a 3-1 win over Manuka at the Manuka Regionals. The Maroons were pushed to the brink of elimination by Normal Community High School in Tuesday's sectional semifinal and survived on a game-winning goal scored with 7 seconds left in overtime to get this sectional championship game with Collinsville. I had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with both coaches, Rick Sanchez and Rob Lugie, and my conversation with Moline's coach, Rick Sanchez, will come your way after a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Welcome back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. We're in Normal tonight. Normal Community West High School, as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Moline Maroons. And visiting with us now is Moline's head coach, Rick Sanchez. 28th year, man. You ever getting tired of this stuff?
Every day.
Tell me what keeps you going.
Obviously the kids. The kids, and obviously for the passion of the game.
All right, so first time in those 28 years that you have not suffered a loss in a regular season. Tell me a little bit about your season.
But, we felt, we graduated a lot of kids last year. We had 14 graduates, and out of those kids, we had one, who's Sahid Jah, who ended up going to Drake that year. So we knew that we had some rebuilding to do, but we also felt very confident in the kids that we had coming in. And so far up to this point, they have bought into what we wanted to do, and, they're doing very well.
Tell me, how close were you in some of those games to not getting that win?
We feel that we play a pretty competitive, schedule. So there's multiple situations where we had a lot of, one-goal games, 0-0 at halftime. We had obviously 2 or 3 different ties during the process of the season. So there was times there, but, the guys persevered. They did what needed to be done, and they kept a level head, and they continued to work, and were able to get some positive results.
All right, let's talk about your regionals. You outscored your opponent 7-1 in the regionals at Monuka. Bradley Bourbonnais, you beat 4-0, and host Monuka, you beat 3-1. So touch on the two games for a moment.
It's about consistency, right? Understanding your opponent, understanding what you're able to do, understanding your traits of each player, and try to work hard and keep it simple and continue to do what we've been doing all season long.
Tell me a little bit about the semifinal win in sectionals, man. A 1-0 overtime win. Last seconds of extra time versus Normal.
That was special for our guys. I have a lot of respect for Matt. His kids played outstanding that night. Our guys played well. It could have been a little bit better at times, and that goes back to that consistency, but it was certainly excited for our guys. And that was one thing that, we've known, community for a long time. We play, every single year, and we knew what they're capable of doing. So we have a lot of respect for them.
All right, talk to me about your team for a minute. I'm looking, you guys only have given up 10 goals all year, so defense first.
Well, it's we approach it as a team. It's a team, defensive minded. Everybody's got to do their part. So if everybody does their part, it minimizes the chances that the opponent is going to have, and that's obviously going to be the goal. I know they got some high scoring power over there. with number 3 and 4. I think Reiniger, I remember him from a couple years ago. He's a quality player, so we got our hands full.
Tell me about your keys to success and what you are going to do to try to take these Kahawks down.
You know, you have to leave it on the field. You know, yeah, you can talk about X's and O's, but at the same time, you got to work for 80 minutes. You got to make it difficult for your opponent. You got to make them uncomfortable. If there is that possibility to make a team uncomfortable, and you're just going to have to go to every single ball like, you know, obviously there's no tomorrow, and there isn't a tomorrow if you don't come out here and perform.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Rick Sanchez, the Moline Maroons head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk things over with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had the surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are in Normal at Normal Community West High School. A little important soccer game going on. It's for a sectional championship as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Maroons of Moline High School. Joining us now, Rob Lugge, seventh-year head coach for your Collinsville Kahawks. Let's go backwards in time a little bit and talk about the game that got you here, man. That was quite a nice performance you had against O'Fallon.
The boys played amazing. They executed perfectly with the game plan that we had put in place. That's really all you can really say. They played great.
You are kind of rolling along here in the playoffs, man. You've played 3 playoff games. You're 3-0, and you're here, and you have not allowed a goal yet.
That's a great stat to hopefully we can keep it going. Yeah, like, the past couple weeks, the boys have really put it together, and the hope is that things continue to go our way, and we have a shutout, we have a good performance, and we move on.
Yeah, you guys, I was just touching on that. The key to all of this success has been the consistency of your team this year. You and your coaching staff must be super proud of these guys.
Oh, for sure. Every team we're proud of, but these boys specifically, because of the start we had, it was not an ideal start to a season that everybody was hoping for. But for us to kind of stay the course, keep it positive, and we make some changes, and everything seemed to be working out.
First half of that game against O'Fallon, you got goals from Adam Reiniger and Sam Garofalo. That's almost kind of normal.
It is. Well, anytime you hear Adam's name, it typically is followed by a goal. But Sam has had a great year for us. He's really stepped up. I think he's at 8 goals now, which has really helped out just not only him, but everybody around him.
And then not an unlikely subject for you guys, but then you get, Munoz get in there and get 2 goals in the second half, and that equals his output for the whole year.
And those were 2 fabulous goals by Chris. The one where I think he won the ball close to half line, beat a guy, and then put the ball upper 90 over the goalie's right-hand shoulder was huge. And then that 4th goal was a beautiful pass by Juan Carlos to split those defenders, and Chris was as calm as could be and just found the back of the net. It was great. It was great stuff.
We talked about the defense last time that you and I talked right before the O'Fallon game, but then you guys go out and put on a show again defensively. You only allowed O'Fallon 2 entire shots on goal in that whole game.
Yeah, and it wasn't just our back line. It was everybody. It was the pressure starting up top, and it was constant pressure to where O'Fallon didn't have a whole lot of room to breathe, and hopefully we can continue that tonight.
Sophomore Braden Hinson in goal has only faced 11 shots on goal in the 3 playoff games. How do you guys go about keeping him busy in practice and keeping him sharp and ready to go?
He gets a lot of shots in practice, probably too much at times. He's done a fabulous job for us as a sophomore who's just kind of stepped in and filled the role that we needed. He is just making the saves that are right in front of him, and he's getting a lot of help from the 10 guys in front of him.
I think you're getting ready to face a team here in Moline that kind of has that same defense. They have not allowed a lot of goals this year.
Yeah, I think I counted 10 maybe. They're just a good team. They're well coached. It's going to be a good matchup.
Tell me what you have seen on the film of Moline that maybe can help you guys.
Well, it's funny. There's not a whole lot of film out there. I can typically find film on anybody, but this one was a challenge. They're athletic. They're well organized. They play together. They're similar to some of the teams we play. We're a little bit more direct than we are. So it's just something we're going to have to deal with.
Would you guys concentrate on practice?
Being able to track back and defend as a team, just continually working on defending and not allowing, little things to kind of creep up, just staying sharp.
Any worries about playing on some grass here tonight?
No, it's nice grass. Well, at least you can see kind of from across the 2 fences we're looking at it. It looks nice. It is what it is. We have to go out there and perform no matter if it's turf or grass. Would I would have preferred turf, but this is the place we have to play and hopefully get a win.
All right, so how do you get that win? What's the keys?
Same as every other day. Defend well, play simple, and score opportunities.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Rob Lugie, your Collinsville Kahok head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll set the starters for both sides for you. We'll do all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. And once again, welcome back to Normal Community West High School. Todd Duke is my name. Chris Kettler on the other microphone. Chris, you got to listen to both the coaches' comments. What's your thoughts?
It sounds like a couple of coaches that are just confident in their team. They know they've done well so far in the playoffs, and they've had a great season so far. They're confident in their team and their ability here to come out here tonight and get this win. They're not trying to worry about the other side so much. They're going to, at least before the game, they're going to see how they match up here and try to stop them and move on to the next game.
All right, here are your lineups. We'll begin with Moline. In goal, you will find Owen Galt. He is the senior goalkeeper. In front of Mr. Galt, you will find Dylan Baker, Moises Bayanga, Sam Ramirez, Hassan So, Andres Segovia, Aiden Karras O'Neill, George Haas, I love that name, Joey Pancrazio, Carrington Dippe, and Paul Leon. For Collinsville, the sophomore Braden Henson is in goal. And in front of Braden Henson, you have Dane Compton, Trey Peterson, Adam Reiniger, Landon Mahat, Ty Starko, Sam Garofalo, Chris Munoz, Braden Borm, Joey Morales, and Juan Carlos Doria.
Said he had that horn. I guess we still weren't quite prepared.
No, I know. He said we have a double horn up here, and they're going to toot that thing after every goal. And, yeah, that was kind of loud. I wasn't expecting that. All right, Collinsville out there in the purple and the white, and Moline out there in all white. We are underway. Moline will possess the ball first, and they will send it on downrange. And a one bouncer into the front of the 18-yard box handled by Braden Henson. And that's the way that this one started. Pure grass field, and they've had rain here for the last 4 days. There's a chance for some rain in the area today as well. Not much of one, and if it does, it'll be minor sprinkles and maybe a brief steady rain, but other than that, we're not expecting much. So expect a little slower movement out there due to the grass, as that ball will have to roll through some thick blades, as I was walking across the field a couple of times here already. It's a little thick, not too bad, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely wet, soft out there, and the grass is growing up a little bit. But, Cahoks aren't quite used to the grass. Haven't played many games on the grass this year, but both teams are out here, and it's an even matchup.
We left St. Louis area, and it was sunny and 77 degrees, and the clouds thickened up as we moved, and we got here, and it's mostly cloudy. There's already been a couple of sprinkles, and temperature is about 10 degrees cooler than it was in the Collinsville area when we left, so about 67 degrees here at game time. Ball goes up the far sideline. As you can see, the fans over there, not a lot of places to sit, so there's lawn chairs all over the place here. So buckle in, kids. We're in for a little bit of a ride, and we will figure out who will advance to the Aurora West Super Sectional on Halloween night. Throw-in comes in, and it bounces all the way into Owen Galt. Owen has only allowed 10 goals on the year, and that is all the information that I have on him. For Braden Henson, over 1,000 minutes. He's 10-2-1 on the year, 6 shutouts to his credit, and he has only given up 11 goals on the year for an average of about 0.80 on the year. 55 saves, a save percentage right around 83%. Leading goal scorer for Moline is Sam Ramirez. He has 13 goals on the year to go along with 12 assists. And, of course, the leading goal scorer for Collinsville, Adam Reiniger, with 21 goals and 5 assists on the year. Play continues to take place over on the far sideline. And just in front of Collinsville's athletic director, Clay Smith, that play went. Collinsville gets it back, looking for an offensive opportunity. Here's Garofalo. He'll take a shot, and that one will go wide and over the end line. So it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
Good job flipping the field there, getting back on attack. Moline almost got a attack there as Kahok slipped down on their end, and then the Kahoks turned that over, and Doria does a good job deep in the field and cuts it back, and Kahoks get sort of a shot.
We got a little setup here, kind of like Granite City. We're in a little press box that's in between the two benches, so all of the substitutions will happen just below us, with the bench on the right-hand side belonging to Collinsville and the bench on the left belonging to Moline as the play takes place right below us. And we're going to have to be on guard duty up here there, Chris Kettler, as we get an errant ball coming up here, man. You got to protect the camera, and I'll protect the laptop. How about that?
Yeah, we'll make sure. We definitely want to be able to do this football game tomorrow.
For sure. All right, just in front of the Moline goalkeeper, Mr. Galt, and that ball came close to penetrating the front of that 18-yard box. Here is Morales. Morales comes up the middle, cuts it into Doria. Doria trying to send a pass over to Trey Peterson, but that one was partially deflected by Moline. And they'll try to head back the other way. Here is, once again, Morales. Morales trying to sneak around. Very nice job over there by Dylan Baker. Didn't let Morales get all the way around him and then slid and kicked that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, you got a guy penetrating in the box there, and Baker stood tall, did a good job of clearing Morales off the ball, kept it clean.
Out at midfield, Borm sends the ball up, and then all the way back into the 18-yard box on the far side of it anyway. And Moline gets there first, and another play by Dylan Baker. He'll send that ball out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in from over there, and it'll be Sammy Garofalo who will take the throw-in responsibilities. We're just underway. 35-45 left to play here in this first half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Moline. You start getting this deep into the playoffs, and scoring is at a minimum for the most part. Usually you get a lot of 1-0, 2-1 games. Here is Moline. They're trying to cut it down. Nice play over there by Dane Compton. Compton got the ball out of the way before any more further penetration could happen. He does the same thing again, and then Morales will send the ball up to Garofalo. Garofalo out to midfield now for Doria. Doria will send it back over to Sam, and Garofalo up that far sideline tries to spring a pass for Doria, and that banks off of the legs of Doria after initial contact there with Dylan Baker, and it ends up going out of bounds. So throw in coming up here for Moline. And for Moline, Paul Leon sends the ball up past midfield. Got a nice crowd here gathered on both sides. Got a lot of Moline student body cheering section over there wearing all the white. Collinsville over there decked out in all the purple. Not much of a student body presence, though, I'll tell you that much. So mostly just parents and relatives.
Not that they couldn't have come. It was not a day of school.
Yeah. Kind of hard to get a fan bus together when there's no school.
That's what they wanted to do, but yeah.
And it's going to be a throw-in coming up here for Moline. Just across the midfield stripe, right in front of the student body cheering section for the Maroons. Collinsville intercepts, and it's sent over this way for Trey Peterson. Peterson trying to get up some speed to come across that line. He's being chased down from behind by Sam Ramirez. Here is Peterson. Turns the corner on the right side, keeps the ball in bounds, and then it's kicked out of bounds on a slide by Dylan Baker. That must have been Moses Bayanga over there. I had his number confused with 5 and 6, almost looked the same. Here's a shot toward the goal and a scoop up save by Owen Galt. And Collinsville gets the first actual shot on goal, although it was a slow roller through that thick grass. It still counts. Out to midfield it goes. And trying to circle around with it is Hassan So. So gets taken off of the play over there by Morales. And here is Landon Mahat. Mahat trying to work his magic around a couple of defenders. Couldn't finish it up. So Moline will send the ball down, but that'll be well ahead of everybody. And Henson has no problem getting that one. Throws out a quick one to Trey Peterson. Peterson looks upfield, trying to spring Doria. Doria has the ball taken off of his foot by George Haas, and Haas will send it over here for Dylan Baker. Baker right in front of us to Ramirez. Ramirez trying to get past a couple of Kahok defenders, one of those being Munoz. Trey Peterson was there also. Munoz does a nice job getting that ball away from Moline before he has a chance to penetrate the offensive zone, and it's a simple shot, and it rolls all the way down to Galt. Galt will send the ball back out past midfield. There is Morales. He'll use his head to send it up, and we're going to have a foul called. And this one's going to go against Moline, so Collinsville will have a free kick from just beyond midfield, and it'll be taken here by Dane Compton. Compton sends the ball down into the 18-yard box quickly, and a one-bouncer right to the bread box there of Owen Galt.
Yeah, because with continuous pressure, they just keep going and going, not setting back early in the game. You know, resting some energy for the early part. I think they feel good about their conditioning and their ability to continue on this game and keep bringing pressure.
Here is Peterson. He was trying to spring Starko as Starko was coming up the near sideline, but that one ended up going off of the chest of Baker and stayed down, and now Moline with possession of it. Here is So. So comes up that far sideline, but he runs right into Morales, and Morales will send the ball up to the middle of the field for Juan Carlos Doria. Doria back over to Garofalo. Garofalo crosses the midfield stripe, cuts back towards us, and then sends the ball over everyone's head, and that'll roll all the way across the end line. Almost ran out of steam before it got there.
Yeah, the grass will slow it down a bit.
31.5 minutes and some loose change going here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Moline. As that ball is sent back out to midfield off of the chest of Reiniger, then popped back over into the offensive zone belonging to the Maroons. And it comes down trying to capture the ball is So, and he does so for a minute, but Borm, he'll pop that one up into the air, and Compton will use his head just to send it on back to Braden Henson, the sophomore goalkeeper here for Collinsville. So Henson will get us started again. And a little bit of a wind, but it is blowing from behind the press box across the way over to where all the fans are seated. So not going to affect us up here in the box too much. It might affect the ball a little bit, but it's not blowing, not gusting really hard, but I'd probably say around 10, 12 miles an hour. Very cloudy here. And apparently they've dealt with a lot of rain. We noticed standing water along the interstate as we were about an hour outside of town, so we could tell that it's been raining. Here is Munoz, who scored 2 goals in the second half against O'Fallon. That ball poked out of bounds by Dylan Baker. So Trey Peterson with a throw-in, trying to get it to Munoz, but instead it goes past him. Juan Carlos Doria with it, gets it between the legs of the defender, comes inside the box, gets it to Munoz. Munoz in front to Reiniger. Reiniger trying to get a shot on goal. He does, and it's right to Owen Galt. He couldn't have been standing in a more perfect spot, Galt.
Still pretty much got the shot you want, got the ball moved around there. Reiniger right at the top of the penalty arc there and fires his shot. It's not quite enough on it here through this grass, and Galt gets the save.
Borum gets the ball up to Peterson. Peterson once again, he grabbed the jersey there of Dylan Baker, got away with it, no call. And the defense takes over now for Moline. Here is Ramirez. Ramirez will send the ball even farther back to the defense. And Dickbait. And he'll just tap it on back to Galt, and Galt will send us back to work. A little line drive, not going to quite make it to midfield off of the chest of So. And then Peterson comes up with it. He almost got tripped up. Send it back over to Starko. Starko pops the ball up, and that was the closest we've come to a ball so far. Throw in will come from Dylan Baker right at midfield. No substitutions as of yet for these two teams. Comes in, the throw does to So, and it's intercepted by Peterson. Peterson's got a couple of defenders to get around. He does a nice job doing that, and he'll send the ball all the way down to the 18-yard box, and a couple of bounces later, Owen Galt picks it up with no problem. Just under 29 minutes to go here in this first half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Moline. Our second playoff action in a row. Had the Lady Kahok Volleyball Regional Championship game last night, this game today, and then we'll be up in the Chicago area tomorrow for a little playoff football action. As that one got past Starko, and now Moline, Sam Ramirez sends the ball up, trying to spring Karis O'Neill, and he's stopped by Compton. Compton sends the ball up to Munoz. Munoz right behind the field referee. Looks over his shoulder, see if he has any company. He had a little bit, so he kicks the ball out, but Trey Peterson is there. He'll send it up to Mahat. Landon Mahat sends it over to the far side now for Garofalo. Garofalo trying to sneak it past. He does so, finds Mahat, and Mahat circles over there in the corner of the 18-yard box. Now Garofalo with his head up, looking for and trying to find Starko. Starko will slow the ball down, looking to move around his gentleman, and up to Doria. Doria sends it up front. Reiniger with a kick, and he banked it off the shins of one of the defenders, and then Landon Mahat kind of whiffed on it right there in the front of the box. Mahat tried to kick it out to Munoz, but mishit it a little bit, so that allows Moline to come upfield with the ball. Here is Ramirez. Ramirez trying to spring Sau, but that ball is picked off by Braden Borm, and then Collinsville goes back to work offensively. Here is Peterson. Gets the ball up to Doria. Doria trying to come around this right wing. Sends it up into the box, and a little bit too far for Trey Peterson to get a shot on goal, and that ball comes across the sideline here. And now we have substitutions. TJ Carter will come in for Ty Starko. Mo Kariyama will come in for Moline, as will Blaze Norton. They got a couple of cool names on their team, man. Blaze. We got George Haas. And for the second soccer game in a row, we got a Mo on the field. Mo. We had, what was it, Mo Taggart for O'Fallon the other night. And now we have Mo Kariyama on the field now for Moline. So not very often you get back-to-back soccer games where you get a young man named Mo. I'll spare you the Three Stooges analogy this time, though. Here's Moline coming across the line, and Segovia with it. He'll poke the ball up. Braden Borm will poke it right back over to Landon Mahat. Mahat, he gets taken off the ball. And Moline trying to work it back up. Reiniger playing a little defense. Takes care of that pass. Sends it up to Doria at midfield. Doria sends it back over to Reiniger. That's off of a body belonging to Moline. And then it comes on out for Bayanga. Bayanga couldn't hold on to it. Doria finds it. He'll send the ball over to the far side, and that's what will go across the line before Garofalo can get there.
Don't know why Kahok didn't get to that ball. It just continued out of bounds. No one was around.
There's a rolling ball, and that was close. As Braden Henson, came out of the box and then went back in the box and picked it up. Up to midfield we go. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo will send it back to the defense, and Dane Compton. Compton moves the ball on up into midfield to Doria to Reiniger. Reiniger, he spotted Munoz from all the way over there. Munoz puts on a nice move, trying to thread the needle for Peterson. Couldn't get it that far, though, as that ball was slowed down by that grass. Here is Reiniger. He threads the needle between the legs of Garofalo, and now Garofalo just outside the box couldn't spring himself as he got kind of spun around as Compton was coming in to help from the defensive side. Here is Doria. Doria sends it over to Peterson. Peterson off the side of his foot, tried to go chase it down, but fell down instead. Still had enough to get up on it, and now we're going to have a whistle. And Collinsville may get a free kick out of this from over here on this near sideline.
Yeah, good job in the center by Doria to get it, clear his man off the ball there. Kahok did miss hit it, though, a couple times here, but got over the sideline, and Peterson was knocked down from behind as he had position on the ball. Kahok will have this kind of like as a reverse corner kick.
Almost. Munoz, he's ready. Mahat, he's there as well. Munoz sends the ball in off of a head and just over the crossbar off of the head of Morales. That was real close.
That was exactly what you wanted.
Yep.
Just Morales just puts his head down, maybe just need to get it down a little bit more. Pops up over that net.
That was probably the best opportunity thus far, besides that shot from Reiniger a little earlier. As we approach 24 minutes left to play here in this first half, speaking of Reiniger, off of his head to Garofalo. Garofalo trying to settle it down. He'll send it back to the defense, and Dane Compton. Compton will push the ball up across the line back to Garofalo. Garofalo with a head of steam. Got a burst of speed. He'll take a shot and a save by Owen Gull. And that one travels over the net as well. That will result in an actual corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. We do have one corner kick area that we're not going to be able to show you. That would be at the opposite end here on this near sideline. The cinder blocks here are kind of in the way. But we got this corner kick taken care of for you. Here is Munoz. Munoz and Mahat over there as well. And Munoz will send the ball into the front of the box off of the top of a head again, and again. It goes over the back of the goal. So Collinsville has had some chances on some free kicks and some corner kicks, but so far can't find the back of the net.
That one did go off Morales' head, but not before going off of a Maroon player and really just continued innocently to the goalie's right and out of bounds.
Going up on 23 minutes to go here in this first half. Scoreless game thus far between Collinsville and Moline. 3A sectional championship. Braden Bourne lost the ball. It went off of the head of Sam Ramirez, and Ramirez over here on the side angle. He puts a ball into, tries to get it into the front of the box, never made it that far. There's Compton to pick it up. He'll send it on over to Garofalo. Garofalo will send the ball all the way down, but the defense is already waiting for that. Now Mahat gets it. Couldn't control it, though, and the ball comes down onto the foot of Dickbait. And back to midfield we go. Here is Chris Munoz stopping an attack by Moline. Collinsville has the same thing happen to them down in front of the 18-yard box. Back out to midfield it goes. Into the middle, right past the big circle at midfield. Collinsville gets it back. Here is Reiniger. Reiniger trying to send it up to Mahat, but let him just a little bit too much. That ball will roll across the line, and Collinsville will have a throw-in from over there in front of the Moline faithful. In it comes, and to Garofalo. He's double-teamed, but gets out of it. Comes up that far sideline with a head of steam. Still moving the ball. Gets it over to Doria. Tried to anyway. Just let him a little bit too much with that, and it finds a maroon player instead. And then back out to midfield we go. Here is Sam Ramirez. Ramirez off of the backside now of Morales. And Morales will just send it across the line. Garofalo tried to get there. He couldn't get there first. And over to Segovia it goes for Moline. To Compton. Compton to Reiniger. Reiniger pokes the ball over to Morales. Morales will send it past midfield. Nothing but guys wearing the white back there to take care of that one. So the Maroons will send the ball up across the line and off of the intended target, which was Blaze Norton. And Collinsville will just wisely send the ball back over to Braden Henson. No score as of yet as we approach the halfway mark, getting close to it anyway of this first half. Over here for TJ Carter. Carter sends it up. Starko is ready to check back in the next opportunity he gets. Here is Doria. Doria sends it on over. Garofalo has to back up and go get it, and then he slipped down on the wet grass, and that allows Moline to push forward across the line. And around Reiniger, a pass. That's a little bit too close for comfort over there for Collinsville, as this is the probably most dangerous chance thus far for the Maroons, as they'll send one high and wide over the net. And we'll have a goal kick restart here coming up from Braden Henson.
Number 10, Ty Starko.
Segovia settles for that shot, knowing that it's one of the best opportunities Moline has had. They wanted to get some kind of shot out there on the ball. Not quite enough.
Starko comes back in, takes over for Juan Carlos Doria, who is getting a couple of words of encouragement here from Josh Boyd, one of the assistant coaches. Here is Compton. He'll send the ball back out over to the midfield area. Out of bounds it goes, so a throw-in coming up over here for Bayanga. They'll get it down and look to penetrate forward. We're halfway through the first half. No score in the first 20 minutes. Final 20 minutes of this first half. Ticking away now as that ball will roll into Henson, and he'll take care of it with no problem.
See, Carter didn't start, and Kahok usually had been not going with so many attackers and subbing some of those guys in and out, but they went with more of an attacking lineup here and kept with that for the first half of this opening half of play, but now they have both Starko and Carter in now.
Collinsville trying to get the ball back. Reiniger gets there first. And Starko will send the ball back to Morales. Morales will punch the ball down into the offensive zone, but Mr. Baker was there first. He got it and sends it back over to midfield. Garofalo trying to track it down. He got enough of that ball to send it over here to Carter. Carter right underneath our location to Trey Peterson. Peterson lost the ball for a moment, but he's got to deal with Baker. Baker Mr. Peterson are going to become close friends before this one's over with. Back to the defense, and Compton sends it up to Reiniger. Reiniger, he's got an eye on Starko. Starko coming up that left wing, and just a little bit too far on the pass by Reiniger, and that ball goes across the end line. It'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Owen Galt.
All of a sudden, Reiniger found an opportunity across the middle there. Tried to get something going real quick. Ball continued out of bounds.
Goal kick restart being handled by one of the defensemen here for the Maroons. And he'll send the ball high into the air. It has a little spin to it, and off of Reiniger's head and down it goes, but right onto the foot of George Haas. Now Collinsville, they'll go back and play a little defense. Here is Compton. Compton will get it up to Borm. Borm, he approaches midfield looking for and finding Trey Peterson. Peterson has the ball off his knee, coming right up the middle with some steam. He's going to try to get it in the box. He does. Shot and a save by Galt. And Collinsville getting some scoring opportunities here, but have yet to put anything behind the big goalkeeper for the Maroons.
Didn't quite develop exactly how the Kahawks wanted it there, but still got the shot you wanted by Reiniger.
Yeah, I know Peterson wanted to take that one himself, but he was running out of real estate, and he had bodies closing in on him, so wisely he dumped the ball off, and a shot on goal did happen. Here is Starko. Starko all the way over on the far side sideline. And he gets that ball taken off of his foot, and now a whistle on the play and a free kick coming up here for Moline from midfield. Juan Carlos Doria ready to check back in whenever the referee allows it. And the kick from midfield. All the way over where the bench is split between the colors of purple and maroon. High ball. And it'll come down just outside the box over there on the far side. Mahat, he'll get there first. He'll send it back into the offensive zone. No one wearing the purple and the white was back there, and that allows the defense to just go ahead and send it back to Galt once again. Galt will slowly tap the ball out and get it onto the foot of Pancrazio. Pancrazio up to Norton, who slips on the wet grass, but he stayed with it anyway. And now here is Haas. Haas sends the ball up on top of the midfield circle. Here's a chance for Moline, but there's Braden Borm to play a little defense, trying to keep Ramirez from getting a shot on goal. Got TJ Carter over there as well. Carter got a hold of the ball, tried to get it out for Trey Peterson, but his feet kind of slipped out from underneath him as well, and he had to steady himself to get back up and get back into the play. Here's another opportunity for Moline. They'll send the ball out, and once again, just outside the 18-yard box, it is Ramirez. Ramirez being hounded over there by Carter, and a movement toward the front of the 18-yard box, rejected by Collinsville off the chest of Munoz. He lets the ball bounce to Peterson. Peterson gets past one defender, trying to get past another, and a nice sliding tackle there by Pancrazio. We'll send that ball back into the Moline offensive zone. Collinsville gets it back, though. Here is Garofalo, and Garofalo right in front of the Moline bench. We'll send it over to Borm, and Borm will send it out of bounds.
Great defense a few seconds ago by Borm. He was the last one back there behind Moline's leading scorer, Ramirez. Blocked him out and kept him away.
Juan Carlos Doria was one step over the white line where the substitutes were supposed to stand, and the referee blew his whistle and told him to get back. It's like the third base coach being out of the battery or out of the coach's box, right?
Never in it.
Yeah. They are never in those boxes. And now all three of the would-be substitutes are ahead of the white line. So a little gamesmanship going on. Here is Moline. They've got an opportunity to put a shot on goal if they can pull the trigger over here. That is Caromia, and out front it goes, and trying to turn the corner for a shot is Segovia. Segovia will take the shot, and it'll go right to Braden Henson. That's the first shot on goal for Moline here in this first half, and we have just under 15 minutes left to play in that first half.
More good defense by Borm to block out Ramirez, but he was able to find Segovia, who made him really elusive and was able to find a shot.
Here's a chance by Munoz. Munoz comes in, shoots and scores!
All of a sudden it turned around and the Kahawks just flips the field the other way, and Chris Munoz is out in front of everybody. Didn't waste his opportunity, buries it.
Man, oh man, did he bury it.
Kahok's really had some great opportunities in the first 20 minutes, and they went to more of a defending type lineup here, but they find the goal here as they were trying to get Doria back in. And Munoz will get a rest for his goal as he's scored 3 straight goals for the Kahoks. He had the 2 goals on Tuesday in the second half.
Sure did. He's on fire right now.
I really thought he was coming along late in the season. I thought he would be a real asset, a real key to this team as he's came along here late in the season, and he's proven to be here as he's on fire, scoring some goals now for the Kahoks.
Scored 2 goals all of the regular season. Now he has 3 in a row here in the playoffs. And Collinsville up 1-0, and we're going to have a whistle. This one's going to go against Collinsville, so a free kick here coming up for Moline, about 40 yards away from the goal occupied by Braden Henson. And Pau Leon, will be taking this kick from over on the far side. Little offset middle, right wing area. And Moline trying to see if they can get something going on a set piece here. Here is the shot. That one's going to go well high. It's going to bank off of the high fence out there to try to keep the ball out of the folks' backyard that live over here. We got one guy standing on his patio watching this game.
Say his name's Jeff.
And his name's Jeff. Jeff's got almost one of the best seats in the house, man. He's got his own concession stand, got his own bathroom.
Get the barbecue out.
The barbecue going on. Heck yeah. Here is Morales. Morales will send it up behind the line. Peterson once again can't keep his feet underneath him. And out to midfield it goes, right underneath the press box here. That ball will go out of bounds, and it will belong to Moline. I don't understand that either. Because I tell you what, Aiden Carras O'Neill was bringing that ball up, and it went off of him and out of bounds. But referee saw it the other way. And a throw-in coming up here by George Haas. Haas, he throws it down.
Got to stop at your play.
Karamia.
Stop the clock here.
Stopping the clock.
Now we're going.
Why is my clock so far off?
Ahead.
I
think it went at least about 10 seconds after the goal. I thought.
I stopped my clock as soon as the goal was scored.
I think it went for about 10 seconds.
Well, I'm still off. No, wait here. I think I lost about 20 seconds there somewhere along the line. All right, now we're on track. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo sends the ball up to Mahat, who just tips the ball over to Doria. Doria coming up the left side. Now coming back into the middle and sends the ball up once again for Garofalo. Garofalo over there on that far sideline trying to find a way to penetrate that 18-yard box. He'll come around the corner of it anyway and send it in front to Mahat. Mahat had really no one around him, sends it on up, and Collinsville's Reiniger sends it right back to Mahat. Mahat will send it over to Doria. Doria trying to get that ball before it goes out of bounds over by the far side corner. He does, and here is Garofalo. Garofalo chips the ball in the front of the box, and Peterson trying to get around the corner and got impeded a little bit, and the whistle will stop the action, and they're going to say that ball went over the line, but
yeah.
Trey Peterson had a hard time getting around Dipke.
Number 13, Chris Munoz.
It was nearly a good opportunity if the ball would have just stayed in. Bouncing around right in front of the goal mouth there. Goalie had to go one way, got back, knocked back the other way, but it didn't count.
Chris Munoz will check back into the game. Landon Mahat will head to the bench for a moment. Ball all the way out to midfield as we approach 11 minutes left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here's Starko. He couldn't contain the ball, and the opposing team's number 10, Hassan So, gets there first. Now Reiniger and So kind of run into each other. And then So gets it up into the front of the box. Collinsville will bank it off of the head of Carter. Didn't want that. It was going to head to the sideline. Borm gets in there and stops the ball, and then that one's across the end line. And it is going to be a corner kick over here on this near side corner that you can't see at home because of the cinder block wall here in the press box / shed / shack.
Shanty.
You'll see the ball when it comes into view, but corner kick coming from this near side corner, and it's on the way. It's high, and it'll come from the other side, comes down. Collinsville gets it out of harm's way. So first corner kick for Moline did not turn into a goal-scoring opportunity. Juan Carlos Doria trying to beat 3 defenders to the net with the ball, but that didn't happen. And now Moline brings it back the other way. Here is Ramirez. He's stopped. And Peterson. He'll send it up here for Doria. Doria just underneath our location with his head up, trying to look for some place to send it to. He will in the front of the box for Garofalo. Garofalo couldn't settle it down for a shot, and then as soon as Garofalo's feet hit the ground, they came out from underneath him on this wet grass. Here is Borm. Borm will send it on back to Compton. Compton moves the ball up now for Reiniger. And Reiniger at midfield sends it over here for Trey Peterson. Peterson looking, trying to find someone to send it to. Instead, he'll travel back this way and give it to Doria. Doria back to Peterson. Peterson comes up on this right wing near the corner kick area and then turns and heads back toward the 18-yard box. Gets it out front for Munoz. Munoz, shot on goal, and that one's going to go high.
Good job by Coach telling him to keep the ball over here on the near side, come back with it. They were able to work it in deep and then get a decent shot off as Mahat will come back in.
Mahat will come back in. Starko to the bench. And a goal kick restart coming up here from Owen Galt. Galt. That ball didn't travel very far. Collinsville with another attack on their mind. Here is Peterson. Gets it over to Mahat. Mahat in the middle for Chris Munoz. Munoz has the first goal of the game. Takes another shot and a save by Galt. And Munoz, I'll tell you what, you might as well feed it to him because he's hot.
He is, and they're not really doing much to stay on him. They're worried about guys like Doria and Reiniger and Garofalo. So if he's got the opportunities, why not do it? He's the hot hand.
Yeah, he sure is. There is the Maroons, and that's stopped by Reiniger. Reiniger trying to fend off his guy. That's Karamia. And then Peterson will send it up the line, but it's going to roll across, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Moline. As we are under 8 minutes to go here in this first half, 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. These two teams did meet a couple of years ago in the sectional final at Kahok Stadium in 2018. Was that it?
No, it was just 2 years ago.
2 years ago, that's right, 2021.
21.
Yeah, Collinsville came out on top 2-1 from goals from since departed Kahawks, Jimmy Crowder and Jalen Wade. Adam Reiniger did register an assist in that contest as a sophomore. And the only other meeting took place back in 2003 in a sectional final at Quincy. Moline won that one 1-0 in overtime. So not much history between these two teams. A couple of years ago and 20 years ago. Moline throws the ball in. And the Kahawks defense goes back to work. Munoz couldn't stop that one, so it continues onto the foot of Segovia. And up the line it goes. And Collinsville trying to keep that ball away from anywhere near the 18-yard box. It'll be a throw-in for the Kahawks. It'll be handled by Morales, and Morales will just throw it down to Compton. Compton slowly works his way up. Kahawks with the ball. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo will send it to Mahat right at the midfield stripe. Gets it across the stripe to Starko. And nice pass there between the legs of one of the defenders by Mahat to Munoz. Munoz sends it up just outside the 18-yard box trying to spring Garofalo. Garofalo gets the ball, turns away from the end line, and he has got Bayanga over there all over him and still trying to get that ball to go in a proper direction. Now Bayanga gets it. He'll send the ball up, but it comes right onto the foot of Morales. And Morales lost the ball for a moment, and that ball spins over on the far sideline, and out of bounds it goes. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Moline.
Good defending by Moline down there deep in the corner. Bayanga did a good job.
Yeah. Out to midfield it goes. Moline trying to spring a little bit of a offensive push here. That ball was just a little bit past its intended target, which was Sam Ramirez. That allowed Borm to get there first. He sends the ball back over to midfield. That's rejected off of one of the bodies, and it comes all the way down off of a pass by Morales out to Collinsville's offensive zone. Here is Garofalo once again. Garofalo, little toe tap into the middle, finds Starko, and then the ball got loose. Reiniger coming in, and Reiniger's going to get called for a trip. And Moline will have a free kick from about 15 yards away from midfield. Coming up on 5 minutes to go, we do have the Woods Basement Systems halftime show for you coming up, but we're not really sure what we're going to be able to tell you about. All the high school football games around Illinois are taking place tonight. The other sectional final that is of interest to these two schools here, the Plainfield sectional final, is scheduled at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in a battle of Naperville North versus Naperville Central. So nothing to tell you about on that front either. We'll scour the interwebs and see if we can find something. If not, we'll just, I don't know, talk. Here is Compton. Compton cuts from the near side to the far side in the middle with his head up, looking, and sends a screamer of a pass up, but that was intended either for Starko or for Trey Peterson. They were the only two back here, and now we have another foul against Collinsville coming up and another free kick almost from the same area for Moline as the last one came from.
Yeah, that was on the first time through the ball as it got past Munoz. Got too much in there on George Haas, and they tried to let the advantage play out, but then they called the penalty on Collinsville.
Ancrazio's kick goes to the front of the box, but that's headed out by Reiniger. Gets past the defensive side of things for Moline, and now their defense will take over and send it over into the far side corner of the 18-yard box. Here is a chance, but that one's thwarted by Borm, and then a shot, and that one goes just wide on a shot taken there by Mo Karamaya.
Karamaya was in the right spot at the right time. Borm trying to block out Ramirez like he has been all the time. Goes off of him right to Karamaya. His shot is wide.
Yeah, but it must have been off of a Kahok body because they get a corner kick out of the deal. It's high and in front, comes down. Collinsville gets there first. Trey Peterson will send it over to this near side sideline. It won't have enough juice to get over the line, so we have to play the ball. And it is a battle between Trey Peterson and George Haas over there. Peterson, he comes away with it out to midfield, and then Starko couldn't settle the ball down inbounds. And it goes into the Moline bench as we have 2:40 left to play here in this first half. Here is Munoz. Munoz has the only goal in this game so far for Collinsville. Here is Mahat. Mahat has Garofalo in front of him. Now Garofalo has to get on his horse. It's a race for the ball. Garofalo gets there first, keeps his feet underneath him, and comes in. Tries a little back kick trying to find Mahat. That didn't work, but it goes off of one of the Moline players. And here is Munoz again after a feed from Reiniger into the front of the box for Mahat. Mahat couldn't get a shot off. That banks off of the body of Starko, and then a shot by Munoz. Might as well, right? And I think that one hit off of the high shin area, and it didn't go the direction that he wanted it to. Doria comes back into the game. He'll take the place of Starko as we have 2 minutes to go here in this first half.
Yeah, I was going to try for another push for a late goal. 2-goal lead would be much better than one, right?
Oh, sure. I'll take that any day. There is Moline. They get the ball up to midfield. Got to defend, and nothing but purple jerseys back there. And now Compton, he's getting chased down from behind, so he'll have to fend off his would-be attacker, and he's doing a fine job of doing that. He'll try a little back kick, trying to find Morales, and then a shot toward the goal that'll go over the head of Henson. Carter will get there first. He'll send it up to Trey Peterson. Peterson sends it over to Munoz. Munoz will send the ball back into the offensive zone, trying to find Doria, but instead that's off ahead of one of the defenders for the Maroons. And then they'll send it up. Borm will send it right back over to midfield. As we approach 1 minute left to play here in this first half, Collinsville with a 1-0 lead on the 5th goal of the year and 3rd in a row by junior Chris Munoz. Here is Peterson. Peterson back on defense, trying to get it to Carter. He does so. Carter gives it back to Trey, and Trey will send it out to midfield. Doria steps on the ball to slow it down. He's got a defender all over his hip pocket. Now to Trey Peterson. Peterson trying to get the ball up to Mahat, but it never made it that far. And now back to the defense we go once again. Here is Borm into the midfield circle for Reiniger. Reiniger, he'll put that head up and try to feed one to Garofalo right in the middle. Garofalo never got it, but he had a chance to recover that ball after the defense for the Maroons couldn't play it quite well. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Garofalo as we are down to 15 seconds left to play here in this first half.
Last chance of the half here.
Yeah.
Kahok's going to throw this in the box, see what happens.
Throw it in the front of the box. Down it goes, and Peterson tries a quick kick, but he kind of whiffed on it. And now Moline will come up with just a couple of seconds left, and there's not enough time. And now Reiniger will probably be called for a goal or a foul. They're going to go ahead and give Moline this kick because it happened right before the horn went off, and now Reiniger is going to get a yellow card. So he'll have to go off of the field, and
there's no time on the clock.
Yeah, probably won't be allowed to come back until the second half is underway.
He did signal to stop the clock, and that's what you do in the card. So the referee usually has a watch or something, so he may be able to determine that there is some amount of time left.
Well, he'll give him the free kick, and that's about it.
The clock now reads 1 second. Don't know where they came up with that. I guess the referee controls it himself, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm not sure how they're running this clock here.
I'm not either, but now we're having trouble just getting the ball to the spot that we needed to get the corner kick from.
I didn't think it was going to be too bad to just take the foul there, but he really kind of just went at the guy from behind, did Reiniger. Very unnecessary. Now he's carrying a card in this game.
And now the half will end. I would have thought they would have at least tried to get that ball up to the goal, but they did not. Time for the halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems, all things basementing. Woods Basement Systems been working to keep homes dry since 1986. Give Woods Basement Systems a call at their Collinsville headquarters at 618-708-4055. We'll try to find something to send to you here on the halftime show. Not much sure we will find, but whatever we do find, we'll pass it on to you next as the Woods Basement Systems halftime show is here on the Kahok Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium, used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Herald Square in Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family-owned and operated by former Kahok since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville, 618-344-3530.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. 40 minutes down and 40 minutes to go here at Normal Community West High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you. Second half action about ready to get started. Chris Munoz has scored the only goal of this contest thus far, and Collinsville leads 1-0 with another 40 minutes down until we can get this one clinched and move on to super sectional play. We are underway. We switch ends of the field. That means Mr. Owen Galt has control of the goal to your left, and Braden Hinson over here doing the same thing to the right-hand side. Collinsville controlled much of the offensive pressure in that first half. They are out shooting Moline right now 6-1. Moline has 2 corner kicks to Collinsville's 1 in that first half. And now Hinson will come out and scoop up the ball. My apologies to Woods Basement Systems. There's just nothing to tell you about, man. World Series doesn't start till tonight. Blues are playing tonight. High school football tonight. The other sectional championship games going on tomorrow morning, so just nothing really going on right now.
Nothing really started this early. Triad plays tonight in soccer, just everything's later.
Yeah. So, not much to tell you about, so our apologies. And it is what it is. All right, here is Collinsville trying to bring the ball back up. Garofalo, yeah, that's been happening a lot. I know Garofalo slipped a couple of times. Peterson slipped about 3 or 4 times. And here's an opportunity for Moline. They'll send the ball all the way over to the other side, but it's going to go across the end line, and we'll have a goal kick restart coming up here for Braden Hinson. Temperatures dropped, feels like about 10 degrees in the last half hour or so.
Yeah, a couple guys came up and said it feels much warmer up here. It's starting to get chilly even up here, so
yeah,
must be pretty cool down out there for those bundled up watching the players. It probably feels plenty good for them.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I know the couple of gentlemen that came up to the box said it was raining a little bit out there as well, so that'll make things even a little bit more slick for the players. As this ball comes out to midfield, and here is Morales. Morales will send the ball back over here to Compton. Compton sends the ball up trying to spring Garofalo. Couldn't do so. Comes back to Doria. Doria over here on this near sideline. Steps into. Dave Wilhelm says it's pouring in Belleville. So I guess we should feel fortunate that we're up here and it's not raining. That ball goes out of bounds. TJ Carter couldn't track it down before it ends up going across the line, and then another out of bounds by Chris Munoz, and another throw-in coming up here for the Maroons of Moline High School. Moline up near the border of Iowa, right across the Mississippi River from Davenport. I think they had a little bit of a less drive than we did, but they still had to drive. Well,
yeah, you just come down 74 from the Quad Cities, and
we
just come up 55.
Both teams riding in some pretty nice buses over there you see across the way. Of course, the old Vandalia bus lines providing the transportation for your Collinsville Kahawks. Almost looks like Moline has the chauffeur bus over there. So a big old black bus with no logos on it at all.
Tell you, these athletic departments are spending a pretty penny on some of these transportations to get some of these to some of these games. It's quite a big deal here, and there's not many bus drivers to go around.
That's true. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson tries to approach that box, sends it all over to the far side now for Doria. Doria comes inside the box just over there on that right side, trying to get around his defender. Sends the ball back over to Compton. And that ball will go out of bounds, knocked there by one of the Moline players, and the Kahawks will have a throw-in. TJ Carter will take it all the way over near the entrance and the concession stand over there on that far side. Goes into the box. Doria trying to track it down, and That's off of Doria, and off the end line it goes, so it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for one Mr. Owen Galt. We have played about 4 minutes here in this second half. Collinsville leading after a first half goal by Chris Munoz. That's where we stand up to this point. Galt sends the ball out to midfield off of one of his own players' bodies down into the circle here at midfield, but Collinsville pokes at it, and they'll send it back to work, and here is Garofalo. Garofalo will send it back to the defense. Here is Compton. Compton will send the ball up to Munoz. Munoz, 3 straight goals, the final 2 goals in the game Tuesday night against O'Fallon, and he got the first goal here in this game. Here is a roller that's going to be picked up by Braden Hinson just before the streaking Hassan Sao could get there. So Hinson will roll the ball over to Compton. Compton will send it over to Borm, and Borm leaves the 18-yard box, sends a pass over to TJ Carter. Carter comes up the sideline trying to spring Peterson. Peterson with a head of steam. Lots of movement in those legs for Peterson. Peterson comes inside the box, and that ball is rejected. Peterson trying to get the ball back. Can't do so. Moline ends up with it. They'll send it over to the far side and try to work their own magic and get back into the offense. Nice little back kick there by Carter. Carter finds Mahat. Mahat up to Garofalo. Garofalo had that one skip off his heel and go behind him, so he'll just continue the backward movement over to Dane Compton. Compton trying to send the ball back over this way for Mahat. Instead, it's off a body of Moline. Comes to Garofalo. Garofalo to Mahat. And Mahat then gets double teamed and tries to put the ball in between the legs of his defensive player against him. Now Reiniger couldn't control it. And now Reiniger trying to spin around. Can't do so. We're going to have a foul called. And this one is going to go against Moline, I believe. Collinsville will get a free kick here from midfield.
Defender spun down and was down on the ground. There is Reiniger's trying to get his touch on it. Kahok's restarted.
Up to Garofalo it goes. Garofalo up the near sideline, trying to hit a little side kick to Mahat, but it went right past him. Comes out to midfield for Moline, and Moline tracks the ball down before it ends up going out of bounds, but first one is going to get there afterwards, and that's a nice job there by Morales as he just banked the ball right off of the body of Sao. Just under 34 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-0 the lead. Collinsville with that lead. Chris Munoz scored a goal in the first half, and the Collinsville Kahawks would just love to get another goal and feel a little bit more comfortable about things, but this is where we stand right now. 1-0 tight contest here as Dylan Baker sends the ball up across the midfield stripe for the Maroons, and the Maroons on the attack. That ball ends up going across the sideline. I can't see the sideline from this far away, so I have to depend on everybody else's actions over there.
I think this is a foul on Moline. Didn't go all the way over to the sideline here. Moline continued to play here. And
well, it's going to be a throw-in.
Oh, he is throwing it in.
Yeah, he is throwing it in.
I thought the sideline was farther away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't see the line, and I think there's a little bit more room over there than what we can see down here in front of us. As that ball is chipped, trying to get it to the front of the box are the Maroons, but it comes down and hits Borm, and then it spins away. But once again, here is Sao, and Sao tried to lead himself. Reiniger, he's hurt. He tried to kick the ball, and I think he got more bone of the opposing player than he did ball. And Reiniger is down on the ground, and he is not feeling very well at all as Hinson will come out. And Reiniger will try to get up, and he's having a hard time doing so, man. That was right off that was shin on shin.
I just didn't feel too good. Hopefully it is just shins and not ankle.
Well, he had that high ankle sprain last year.
He's
trying to walk it off.
The
referee's giving him an opportunity to, and Reiniger
didn't feel good. None of the ATs have came on the field yet, so he doesn't have to go off if he's good to go.
Yeah.
Moline continued with some offensive play there, so it did take 20 seconds or so before there was a stoppage of play. You can't take the advantage away from a team.
Yep.
Otherwise, you could have teams just flopping down and stop and play.
Yeah, our announcer here made sure everybody knew that before the game, which is a no flopping stadium. So it's going to be a.
So Reiniger is good to go. They're going to sub out Garofalo.
Yeah, Garofalo is going to come out. Ty Starko is going to come in and take his place.
But anytime we see Reiniger go down, we're all a little worried after last year.
It's that right leg. He's trying to shake it off. I knew that hurt as soon as I saw him try to kick that ball. He missed the ball completely. And we are underway once again And I saw the contact, and then Reiniger went down. The other guy didn't phase him at all. Hinson sends the ball out, but not very far. Comes out to the middle field circle, and it's picked up there by Ramirez for the Maroons. Ramirez finds Segovia, and Segovia tries to enter from the far side. Couldn't do so. Bourne will send the ball all the way back out to midfield. Donnie Baker trying to settle it down. Dylan Baker trying to settle it down, and he has a hard time getting past Trey Peterson. Peterson sends the ball up to Mahat. Mahat will send the ball over to Reiniger, who appears to be okay now, and he tried to feed Starko over here on this near side, but that was well past Ty. And the throw in now coming from George Haas. Haas finds the foot of Leon. Back to Haas it goes, and Haas will send it down range. First one there is Carter. Carter tries to send it over here to Reiniger, but it went right past him, but Reiniger sticks out that leg and sends it on up. Now Mahat back to Reiniger. Reiniger at midfield trying to get the ball to Doria. Doria comes in over here on the left side of the box, has to retreat and go track the ball down. Gets it to Starko. Back over to Doria. Doria again sends the ball into the front of the box, trying to get a shot on goal from Trey Peterson, but that didn't materialize. Now Peterson back over to Starko. Back to Doria. Doria tried to give it back to Starko, but he had that ball go past him. Never did go out of bounds. Well, now it does.
It dies in the corner there, and then one of the Moline players kicks it, and he kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah, kicked it behind his bench. And Garofalo wants to check back in. They're going to let him. And Garofalo will head on down the line and take the place of Doria. And Garofalo will have the throw in now instead of Starko.
This guy's got it easy for announcing the subs just right here in front of him.
Yeah.
I gotta have binoculars and get smoke signals from the other side. No.
Foley-Aiko, he's ready to check in for the first time for the Maroons. And he will get his opportunity now. If he pays attention, the referee's been waving him in for about 10 seconds now, and Foley did not see that. So he's in, I don't know. And Aiden Karras O'Neill, he wrote it down. I can't read his handwriting.
Oh, that's a scratch off.
Yeah, had a scratch off for the number 21. I can read Foley, but Aika, I want to say it was A-Y-I-K-O, it looks like. Here is a penetration into the box, but Hinson is there. And he'll send it back out. But Moline, they have control of the ball. Now off of Reiniger's head. And Moline trying to track it down once again. And they'll send it over here to this side for Norton. Norton will put it into the box, and a one bouncer. That was right to Hinson. Hinson ready to throw that ball out quickly, but now he'll slow things down and let all of his teammates catch back up to where they need to go. And now Hinson sends it up into the cloudy sky here in Normal.
Kahok's playing just a little bit slower with the advantage there. They were really flying around, especially in the first 20 minutes. They wanted a goal in that first 20 minutes. It never materialized, but still have a lead.
That they do. At midfield, here is Peterson. Peterson gets the ball on up for Starko. Starko to Garofalo. Garofalo, he looks up and finds Mahat. Mahat had that one bounce off of his shoe. Now he has to go chase it down. Couldn't get there first. One of the Moline players do. It does, and they'll send the ball back out to midfield, and Moline will go back on the attack. They'll get the ball past everyone, and here is Compton, who will send it over to Hinson. Hinson back over to Compton, back where the ball came from, over on that far sideline. Up the sideline it goes to Carter. Carter over to Reiniger. Reiniger, he gets the ball upfield, and Collinsville trying to get some attackers down. Peterson, he's going to be the first one to get there. He'll kick the ball up and then go chase it down, and he'll get taken down on the play. And no call. I think everybody was waiting for a call.
I guess he was just pointing. Center.
Yeah.
Center ref just pointed. No call. Okay, we'll continue.
Throw in comes in quickly. And now we're going to have a foul.
That one I missed, but Peterson really did take a tumble. Chaos get that call. Maybe had advantage. Maybe they were moving it up here, but it was too much of a contact there to continue on.
This one looks like it's going to be from about 40 yards away. Over there where the referee is standing. That's where Collinsville will kick this ball from. Munoz and Mahat over there. We'll see which one takes it. Referee sets up the wall. And the kick on the way into the front of the box off of the head of one of the Kahok players. It comes down. Here is Starko trying to feed it back over to Borm. That was off of Borm's head and out to Compton.
It was off of Borm's head originally and then over to Starko, who was going down that left side.
In the front of the box it goes, and it comes right back out. And now a loose ball will be picked up there by Mahat. Mahat will send it back to the midfield area for Morales. Morales will get the ball right back on a nice feed from Garofalo. And Morales has 3 defenders to deal with, so he'll just throw it up into the front of the box. Oh, I tell you what, man, if Peterson wouldn't have been charging so hard, he probably could have got that ball coming right to him. That ball will go in from the corner. Now TJ Carter steps in trying to create some offensive pressure. Carter steps right back in front of the ball carrier. And then a loose ball kicked out to midfield. Borm pops it straight up into the air. Comes down right behind Munoz, and we're going to have a foul called against Collinsville, and Moline will have a free kick from beyond midfield.
Just all the aggressiveness by the Chaos was just a little bit too much every time. It just couldn't quite get back on the ball.
Compton uses his head to get that ball out of the front of the box, and a shot will be a one bouncer right to
Gotta watch that.
Hinson.
Ball taking that bounce. Hinson's got to keep his eye on it, do what goalie does. He's able to corral it in.
And you never can tell about that. Was off the backside of Peterson. He was traveling upfield waiting for it to bounce in front of him so he can continue traveling him. It hits him right in the small of the back. And you never can tell with these grass fields, man. It doesn't have a true up and down bounce like turf fields do. There could be a divot or two, maybe a rock on the field or something, and that ball can travel the other direction real quick. Here is Peterson. He'll send the ball up into the outside corner of the far side of the box to Starko. Starko sends it back out front to Trey Peterson. Peterson does a little stutter step, trying to fool the defenders. Sends it over to the far side, trying to spring Garofalo, but that ball is kicked out of bounds, so Collinsville will have a throw-in from over on the far side as we approach 25 minutes left to play here in this second half. Throw-in comes into the box for Starko. Starko sends it back out to the front corner for Peterson. Peterson sends it out to Munoz. Munoz looks to travel forward and will put a shot on goal, and that's a one bouncer that almost wasn't handled cleanly there by Owen Galt. But he was squared up in front of it anyway, and Galt will send the ball quickly back out to midfield into his offensive zone. And there's a takedown. And TJ Carter got taken down from behind. Collinsville will get a, are they going to call this the opposite way? They are, aren't they? Wow. I didn't see it like that. So Moline is going to have a free kick.
Indirect here, so
this one's going to be from about 30 yards away.
Maybe a handball?
Could be. I don't know. Now they want to stop the clock.
As looks like
explanation time.
Captain's going to get an explanation here. What happened? Compton gets the explanation. So it's going to be indirect here.
Yep.
So maybe a handball.
Could be. I'm not sure. Maybe it did hit his hand as he was going down. This one's high, and it is going to be caught by Hinson in midair. Nice job there by the sophomore goalkeeper, Braden Hinson for Collinsville. He came out of his comfort zone and was the only one that got a body part on the ball, and he used his hands to do that. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo sends the ball up to Starko. Starko, right at the midfield stripe, sends it to Reiniger, and Reiniger will send it over here to Morales. Morales trying to wrestle himself around. That ball is going to go across the line, and it is going to go Collinsville's way. A throw in here. Little battle there with Ramirez as well as Morales. And the kick heads toward the front of the 18-yard box off of a head of one of the Moline players and make that 2 in a row. Now off of Garofalo's head. Comes down. And the Maroons try to work their way back up, but there is Trey Peterson to intercept. Gets the ball to Munoz. Munoz gets pushed down from behind. And Collinsville will have a free kick here from midfield.
Don't think he was expecting Munoz to be there, and Just plowed him over from behind. Munoz moved the ball way back, way up, and ref's like, no, knock it back.
Compton will take.
Compton ends up knocking it about in the original spot anyway.
Yeah.
So
Compton will take a free kick from the top of the circle here at midfield. Instead, he's going to pass it over to Reiniger, and Reiniger looking for a little room to maneuver with. Couldn't find any. I thought for a minute he was going to take a shot from all the way out there, but instead he sends the ball over to T.J. Carter. Carter did a nice job for a moment splitting the defense, but the defense stepped back up, and now Collinsville's defense on the move as well. Peterson with the ball, kind of overstepped it, and now it comes up here once again for Moline. And there was a nice job on the back check there by Garofalo, and then poked away by Adam Reiniger to Mahat. Gets the ball over to Starko. Starko back to Reiniger at midfield. Reiniger, he'll send the ball all the way down into the front of the 18-yard box. No one there wearing the purple and the white, though. So Mr. Galt will pick it up and send us back to action. He does so quickly. High ball all the way out to midfield. Borm trying to track it down. He got there with a header first, and that ball goes over the line. And they are going to say that it
should be
Moline.
Yeah.
O'Neal.
Throw in. Karis O'Neal comes back in.
He does. And he'll head right into the 18-yard box waiting for this ball. That one almost hit the arms of one of the players over there for Moline. Ball goes out of bounds again, and another throw-in coming up here for the Maroons. Comes in for Norton, and Norton couldn't handle it. Ball rolls into the Collinsville Kahok cheering section over there on the far side bleachers. They have
Munoz creams, didn't get his number.
I'm sure that
Moline player.
Yeah. I think that's Blaze Norton. I'm sure Norton turned around and said, who did that to me? And got number 13. I got you. Free kick again coming up for Moline. All of the players stand in the front of the 18-yard box. Free kick coming from about 40 yards away. It's high, and once again, Henson will come out and take care of that one, no problem at all.
I think Moline would have liked that ball just a little more to the right as it's facing them to the goalie's left. Just tailed away, and Henson was able to get to it, no problem.
Henson sends the ball all the way down into Collinsville's offensive zone. Moline got there first, comes back into their offensive zone. And Blaze Norton tried to get it stopped before it crosses the line. He couldn't, so Collinsville will have a throw-in near midfield. And Juan Carlos Doria will check back into the game, and they'll take the place to Ty Starko.
Starko up top there for that. A lot of minutes there. Spot he's usually been in, but he's been getting more opportunities up there, and now Doria is back in.
Here is Peterson. Peterson sends it into the midfield circle for Reiniger. Reiniger will send it back across the line for Morales. Morales sends a spinning ball that won't quite make it to the front of the 18-yard box, and that's sent right back out. And Compton, the first one there, uses his head, gets it out to midfield. And now Morales gets it over to Reiniger. Reiniger settles the ball down enough, crosses the midfield stripe, looking for a little help. Nice little move there, poked that ball right in between the legs there of Segovia and finds Doria. Doria banked that ball off the legs of one of the Moline players. And now over here on this near sideline, we're going to have a whistle.
Reiniger was able to split two guys. Doria trying to do the same thing on the other end. Good job staying back with it for Moline, keeping two guys on Reiniger and Doria.
Moline sends the ball down to their offense. Once again, the head be used. This one by Reiniger. And they'll send it over to the far side and try to work their way back up into the offensive zone, will the Maroons. Out to midfield it goes, and Paul Leon with it. Excuse me. Moline sends the ball all the way down, and it's going to take a big old roll and come in for Henson. He'll get it inside the 18-yard box, then bend down and pick it up. We are over halfway through the second half of this contest. Collinsville with a first half goal. Right now, that stands. Kahawks lead 1-0. Chris Munoz scored his third goal in a row after getting the last two in the second half against O'Fallon Tuesday night. Gets the first one here tonight. Here is Mahat over to Doria. Doria sends the ball over to Trey Peterson. Peterson, he surveys things and sends the ball up to the front of the box and rejected from there. Now back into the offensive zone. Borm will track this one down. Borm tried to send it up for T.J. Carter, and He slipped, but he got enough of the ball to send it off. Send it off one of the players and out of bounds.
Slipping and sliding here occasionally.
Compton gets the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger, he mishit that ball, and he tried to get a
Didn't see him.
Screamer, and well, that ball back to Reiniger. Reiniger will send it over to Carter. Carter, he'll send it over to the far side now for Peterson. Peterson gets a little touch from behind, stays on his feet, and comes up the sideline with a pass to Doria. Doria, he continues up the sideline. Something going on over there, but referee doesn't call it, so I follow the play.
Let the Kahawks continue with the advantage up the field there. That's why they didn't give it a call.
And that ball goes out of bounds, but put there by Moline. And they had control of the ball over there, and now we're going to have another yellow card issued. Who's that to?
Yeah, that was on the play back here, the big collision. They let the Kahawks continue with the advantage, and then once the play stopped, they have carded the offending player from Moline who's coming off here, who's Baker.
Yeah, Dylan Baker.
Yeah, so
he'll have to come off, and Moses Bayanga will come back into the game. And Collinsville will have a free kick.
I think it went out of bounds. They're going to throw it in, maybe.
Well, normally on a yellow card, you'd get a free kick. So I guess they're not going to back it up.
We continued on past it.
I got you.
Past that play and let the Cavs continue the advantage they had on play up the field here. Then give out the card later, and they're going to throw it in here.
Throw in comes from the far side into the box, and down it goes, and out front. And Munoz trying to track it down. He does, gets it over to Reiniger. And Reiniger circles back and gives it to Morales over here at midfield. Morales will send it back even farther to Dane Compton. Compton sends it back to Morales, and Morales trying to work his way up the sideline, stops the ball, and then once again sends it back to Compton. Compton, he'll put some juice behind that kick and send it right to the front of the box off of a head belonging to Moline. Comes down, though. Chris Munoz is the first one there. Munoz travels, front of the box, takes a shot, and that one goes wide. Why not? Take the shot. Now they're going to let Dylan Baker come back in at the next opportunity after going off with that yellow card. But first, Galt will send us back to action here with a goal kick restart. And back out to midfield it goes. Peterson tried to get there first, threw up his hands, didn't want to make too much body contact, and that ball is going to roll over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Braden Hinson.
And for Collinsville, number 10.
The Kahawks can hold on and win this game. They will advance to the Super Sectional at Aurora West High School on Halloween night, but I'll tell you right now, we will not be making the trip. This will be our last go-round as the IHSA and the NFHS will take over from the Super Sectional on through the state finals. So this will be our last go-around for Kahawk soccer, as I think Braden Hinson might have kind of mishit that ball. It didn't get very far, and that allowed Moline to come up and get a little offensive opportunity here. So Collinsville has to be back on their heels playing a little bit of defense as they get that ball around. The Collinsville defense comes up and a little tap by Compton up to Garofalo. Garofalo to wide open, landed Mahat, but a little misplayed ball there. But Collinsville, they'll get it back. Send it over here for Garofalo. Garofalo will send it to the near sideline this way for Trey Peterson. Peterson uses Garofalo as a screen to escape some harm over there, and then Trey Peterson sends the ball all the way over to the other side trying to find TJ Carter, but that was well in front of TJ, and it rolls out of bounds into the bench, or into the bleachers. Comes down for Collinsville. Here is Compton. Compton gets the ball on up for Mahat. Mahat will send the ball back to Compton once again, as we have 14:20 left to play here in this second half. Kahawks trying to wrestle it back away. Loose ball. Compton. Reiniger trying to get there. He can't. Munoz does. Over to Garofalo. Up the line to Starko. Starko steps on the ball to stop it. Oh, he was going to leave it there for Garofalo, and Garofalo jumps over the ball, and the ball kept on rolling until it crossed the sideline. And now Moline, they'll send it up, and it'll take a roll into the box, and there is Braden Hinson to pick that ball up. Over to Carter. Carter. He'll poke the ball down, trying to free Trey Peterson, but that was a little too far for Peterson to catch up to. And now Moline will head back the other way. And the Maroons trying to get a little offense set up here. Over on the far side, play continues to take place. Now toward the middle we go. Mahat trying to wrestle the ball away. Popped into the front of the box, and there is Henson once again, who will come out and take a loose ball as we approach 13 minutes left to play here in this second half. Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
What's that?
I got a comment on the old text page talking about the IHSA and the NFHS taking over from here on out. Somebody, Dave Williams, says, that's like saying the USA Today can cover the state tournament, but no other newspaper can. I get it. I know. Believe me, anybody who knows me knows my feelings about all that kind of stuff, but it is what it is, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Out front we go. Collinsville leading 1-0. Here is Reiniger. Reiniger has a couple of defenders to deal with. Gets it up into the front of the box and then gets tripped up in the front of the box. We're going to have a call. Is that in the box?
I think it's just outside
Just outside the front edge. They're going to let him put that ball right down about probably a foot away from the white line that represents the front of the 18-yard box. Reiniger is trying to say that he was in the box.
That was going to be a good opportunity for Reiniger. He was just taken out from behind.
So a set piece here for Collinsville and right in front of the goal. This ought to be fun as the referee lets the Moline crew set up their wall.
See how the Chaos try to work this around.
Once again, Munoz and Landon Mahat there. Mahat circles around Munoz. Munoz takes the shot, and it comes right to Galt. And he has to cover up the rebound as it bounced off of his chest. Ty Starko was right there, ready to send that rebound back in.
Starko was there. If the ball would have popped out a little more, he made sure he didn't collide too much with Galt.
That ball popped up right at midfield. And Reiniger uses his head, and we're going to have a foul. I thought so. Reiniger was trying to jump up and use his head, but at the same time, I think Sam Ramirez came in and tried to bump Reiniger off the ball. So Collinsville will get another free kick. This one a lot farther away than the last one. But nevertheless, a free kick anyway. Dane Compton will send us back to action. He'll send the ball all the way down, and it'll go right through the corner of the front left side of this box. Here is Starko. Starko stays with it. Gets it to Garofalo. Garofalo has to retreat a little bit, come back in for it, and then trying to get around a defender, chips the ball up to Mahat. Landon will chip it into the middle once again for Garofalo. Garofalo trying to find Munoz. Munoz had that ball ricochet off of one of the Maroons, and it heads toward the sideline. Starko trying to keep it in the field of play. He does so, and then it comes back out to midfield. Dane Compton, he's there first to slow the ball down. Gets it up to Reiniger. A little chip over to Morales. Morales in front of the Maroons bench gets it up to Starko, who gets it right in front of the bench to Garofalo. In the front of the 18-yard box now for Peterson. Peterson circles around, sends it up for Munoz. Munoz, he's trying to get around some people and takes a shot, and that one's going to be high and wide to the near side post. And it stays 1-0 in favor of Collinsville as Juan Carlos Doria will check back in, and Garofalo will head to the bench. We are into single digits as far as minutes go. We're approaching 9.5 to go here in the second half of this one. Out to midfield. Galt sends us back to action. Here is TJ Carter. Carter banked that one off of one of the Maroon players, so he'll have the throw in over there in front of the Maroons cheering section. And it comes down now for Doria. Doria sends it back. And here once again is Munoz. He'll pop that thing into the front of the box trying to get Mahat. And Mahat will take a shot. That's banked right off of the leg of one of the defenders. Starko gets there first before anybody else could. And Starko trying to work himself around the defender. Couldn't do so. And the defense will send it back out to midfield. Morales gets there first. Reiniger, he tried a little fake kick. That kind of froze the Moline player there for a moment. Mahat gets the ball up. And now the Maroons will try to enter the offensive zone. They'll send it back to the defense, though, first, and then pop it up to the middle. That's where Mahat got his foot on it, but then he couldn't keep his feet and almost fell down. And Garofalo is ready to check back in the next opportunity he gets. And now the ball on Carlos O'Neill, and Collinsville takes it over once again. Here is Juan Carlos Doria. Doria with the ball, looking for a little bit of help. Sends it over to Reiniger. Reiniger will send it back to the defense, but Morales has to go chase it down before it goes out of bounds. He does, and sends it into the middle now for Compton. Compton will send the ball all the way over to the far side for T.J. Carter. Carter, he's got some room. He could have brought that ball across the line. Instead, he tried to pass it up to Trey Peterson, but I tell you what, Carter probably could have ran another 20 yards.
Yeah, he could have kept that wide for a while there and just continued to keep Moline chasing.
Garofalo comes back in. Starko goes out. T.J. Carter throws the ball into the backfield. And Collinsville goes back to work. Sends it back to the defense in Compton. Compton will send the ball over here for Garofalo. Garofalo at midfield, trying to work himself around Bayanga, and he does so. Here is Garofalo again. Gets past another defender. Approaches the front of the box. Sends one over to Peterson. Peterson sends it to the goal, and it's in! Collinsville scores again! Trey Peterson! Oh, boy!
I feel like Collins has been knocking on the door here for a while. If you get that big second goal, Peterson crosses it. It might have hit the goalie first before it went off of Doria and in. The Kahawks have, feels like a pretty secure 2-goal lead now here with just 7 minutes to go.
Boy, oh boy, does that feel better. 1-goal leads with single minutes left in the second half are always scary. A 2-goal lead is a lot better.
The Kahawks will just try to pack this in the back now here and defend for 7 minutes here and get out of Normal with the sectional title.
They have to use that horn here, and when they do, the air compressor has to click back on and readjust to get some more air in that little air horn here. So that's that noise you hear behind me. We are under 7 minutes to go here in this second half, and Collinsville now up 2-0.
They'll look to get Starko back in on the next opportunity. This ball goes out of bounds. And Doria will grab a seat. He gets the goal.
Starko checks back in. Doria comes back out. And both Mr. Jeff Hayes and Rob Lugie, smiles on their faces, give Mr. Doria a couple of high fives. But Moline, the only way you can come back is to get the first one first. That's what they're trying to work on right now. Collinsville trying to prevent that. Here's Garofalo. Garofalo finds Mahat. Back to Garofalo. And Sammy comes up the near sideline, gives it to Starko. Starko will send it over to Mahat. Mahat tries to poke the ball up front, trying to spring Peterson, but that ball went past him. Now Peterson trying to retreat, and we're going to have a free kick coming up here for Moline. They'll quickly get the ball up, trying to waste as little time as possible. Here is Dylan Baker. Baker with the ball. Sends it back over this way to the near sideline as we approach 5.5 minutes to go here in this second half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks trying to move to the super sectional for the first time since 2018. Back out to midfield it goes. Trying to settle it down there was Dickbay.
Ooh.
And
Starko could have stole that one. He might have went in alone on the goalie there.
Over to the sideline it comes, and the Maroons trying to get themselves a shot on goal, but that's going to go well wide. And over the end line, and Collinsville will have a goal kick restart with 5 minutes to go here in this second half.
Gauch just making Moline keep the ball on the outside, clogging up the middle, not giving them any chances. Ran 3 minutes or so here off the clock so far, and getting closer to the end of this game.
Henson will send us back to action. He does so when they kick all the way out to the midfield circle off of a head, and Collinsville trying to get an opportunity to get that ball back across the line. That's a nice job on the rebound there by Dane Compton, and Compton will send the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger pokes the ball up now for Mahat. Mahat will send it back over to Adam, and Reiniger, a little tap over to Garofalo, back to Reiniger. And Reiniger trying to work himself around a defender, couldn't get that far. And then Moline comes back up again looking for an opportunity to score, but there is Chris Munoz. Steps right in front of the ball and took it away from the Maroons. And Morales will say, you know what, I got this, man. Let me just
Hey, you can
send the
afford
ball.
to do that right now.
Yeah.
Just bomb the ball down the field and
Yep. Now
knock
the
some time
ball
off this clock.
over on the far side it goes to, and Carter gets a little help from Trey Peterson over there as well. Peterson trying to keep that ball from getting farther down into the offensive zone, but the Maroons have other ideas. We have 3:40 left to play. That ball picked off by Garofalo. He's got ahead of steam. He gets past a couple of defenders, and then he gets a little hip check. Well, I'm going to call that a shoulder check, if you will, by Carasso Neal. And then the Maroons go back to work here at midfield. Here is Starko trying to sneak around Karamaya, and now a ball on the outside of the box, but Carter's trying to track it down. That ball is going to go across the end line, and Collinsville is going to have another goal kick restart.
Carter didn't give up on it. Segovia would have came from a tough angle there, but Carter continued on to it, and Kahok control the ball here with 3 minutes to go.
There is Compton. Compton will send the ball back out to midfield and beyond. Starko tried to jump up and use his head, but it was too high for him to handle. Now Munoz gets it over, and then he'll travel up with it. And Munoz trying to get around the defender, and a little pushing and shoving going on there. They're going to call Munoz for that one. Maroons are going to have a free kick, and they're not going to waste any time doing it. Well, yeah, then they are. Now they're going to go ahead and bring Galt out. Galt will take that ball and let all of his teammates kind of catch up to him, but that travels past everybody, and that's going to roll to Henson, and he'll just pick the ball up as we have 2.5 minutes left to play here in this second half. Henson pops the ball into the night sky. Well, not quite night yet, but, you know, it's getting close. Here is Mahat.
We need lights.
Yep. Mahat tries to little side kick it up there for Starko to get another chance at a goal here for Collinsville. And then back out to midfield we go. Over by TJ Carter land. That ball travels out of bounds. Carter will have the throw in from in front of all the Kahawks that made the trip here to Normal. And Collinsville finally gets the ball in. Borm, he'll send it up, but it's rejected. Comes right back towards him. And then Borm will just send the ball out of bounds. Throw in coming up here for Moline. More playoff action coming up for you tomorrow. We got to travel up north to Chicago. Bring you a little Kahok football playoff action as they take on Maine West tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. We'll be on the air at 2:30 with pregame coverage. Kickoff scheduled for 3 o'clock. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson gets bumped off the ball, then gets sandwiched in between a couple of defenders. Referee blows his whistle, says that's a foul. And Collinsville will have a free kick all the way over from the far side sideline.
Kahok's worked through one foul there, continued the advantage, and then Moline with another, basically a double foul there. And
One minute to go.
Continue to waste time here as final minute will start to tick away. Looks like they're going to give Moline their first loss of the year.
Yes, they are. Free kick coming, and it's into the 18-yard box. A little misstep there by Moline, but it comes out anyway. And Collinsville, right now, all they want to do is play defense. Here comes Moline. The Maroons send the ball up, but there's Compton to intercept. Compton sends the ball up to TJ Carter. Carter will send it back over, and Collinsville will send the ball back into the offensive zone. Everybody wearing the purple and the white are on their feet on the other side of the field as the Kahawks are just 15 seconds away from a trip to the Super Sectionals on Halloween night. And that kick out of bounds might just about do it.
Coaches high-fiving each other, and that's going to do it here. The Kahawks get their second sectional title in 3 years, and we're off to East Aurora on Halloween night. That's it.
That's it. Collinsville wins this one here tonight by a score of 2-0. And the Kahawks have advanced to the Super Sectional. And the Moline Maroons have to go home. Look at that, though, out there in midfield. Their Maroon player is laying on the ground feeling all dejected, and Collinsville players surround him and give him a pat on the back.
Yeah, that reminds me of the football game last year when our football team won the first playoff game ever, and then there was that shot of the young man's name escapes me on our team, and he was consoling the Bradley Bourbonnais player. George Lopez was his name, and that was a great shot. And you got to be a great sportsman here, and congratulate the other team and say, hey, good game. Sorry, we'll feel sorry for you, but we're happy we won.
That we do. All right, time for the postgame show, brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service. It is served up daily at LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call in for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007. Kahawks win this one 2-0. They advance to the Super Sectionals, and we're to tell you all about it during the postgame program. That comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Ragg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Ragg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Ragg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Ragg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
And once again, we welcome you back into the LC's Pub post-game show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. You see some very happy Kahawks on your screen as they win this one tonight by a score of 2-0 and advance to super sectional play. On Tuesday evening, joining us now is one of the assistants, and that would be the one, the only, Sydney Carroll. How are you, dear?
Doing really well tonight.
I bet you are. So, congratulations. That was fun to watch.
Super fun game to watch.
All right, so tell me from your point of view about the game that you watched.
So I think our boys did a very good job defending. We knew coming in, Moline didn't have a loss. They're very fast up top. They've got some pace. They're a little bit bigger than we are because we are usually a small team compared to other teams. And they defended well. They were physical, which was good. And we should have put away couple more chances than we did, but the two that we had, we put away. So
yeah. So tell me about the Chris Munoz goal, man. How happy are you for him? He gets the final 2 goals against O'Fallon, and the first goal here, 3 goals in a row when he scored 2 all year.
So Chris was a freshman my first year, so he and I have a real good relationship, coach-player relationship. So I am so happy for this kid that he is doing big things for the varsity team right now. He took a touch, and we're like, Chris, that was a terrible first touch. He goes, I meant to do it, and then put it in the back of the net like he's supposed to. So
that was fun. All right, tell me what you saw. I know it was farther away from where you guys were on the Trey Peterson goal, but that was such a huge goal, man. You guys can breathe a little bit easier
absolutely.
then and play a little bit more defense, which you guys have been stellar at.
Yes. Sam Garofalo takes the ball down the field. He did a great job finding space. finds Trey Peterson, and we've been trying to find that connection all year. Trey slots the ball off of Juan Carlos's chest and in, so it was a great finish. Way to good for Juan Carlos to be in the box and put it in the net for us.
How about clean sheet playoffs?
That's what it takes to win.
Man, I'm telling you what, I don't know who you guys are playing because that game doesn't take place until 10 o'clock tomorrow
Yes,
morning,
sir.
but I know you guys are going to be traveling a little farther north
Yes, sir.
than what you did today. That
Yes,
game's
sir.
at Aurora West, so I can't ask you about the next opponent because we don't know who that is yet. We
Nope.
do know it's going to be from Naperville.
We do know it'll be from Naperville. We know that they'll be good. Regardless of who we play, the further north we go, the better teams tend to be. And the competition gets harder, but our boys have stepped up, and they've done a good job, so we're looking forward to Tuesday.
All right, my girl. Thank you very much for
Thank
the visit.
you.
Go warm up.
Thank you.
All right, that is Sydney Carroll, one of the assistant coaches here for your Collinsville Kahawks. Great job by the Kahawks defense once again as Collinsville wins this one by a score of 2-0. Collinsville got a goal in the first half from Chris Munoz. 14 minutes, 9 seconds left in the first half is when that one happened. And then late in the second half with just about 7.5 minutes to go in the second half, Trey Peterson gets the one that allows everybody to breathe a little sigh of relief. And Chris Keller, this was a fun game to do.
Yeah, it really was. Kind of just wish the Castle got that early goal that they were hoping for, but they finally punched one through by Munoz and really defended well throughout the rest of the game here. And some tough conditions time to time, slipping and sliding on the wet and moist field out there here in Normal. And it's a big win to take down a undefeated team, and we'll continue on here in second sectional title in 3 years.
Yep, that's a fun thing to have happen to your team, man. And Collinsville will travel back up toward the Chicago area on Halloween night, and they will take on one of the Naperville teams. Whoever wins that one, that game is scheduled for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in the Plainfield sectional championship game. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. We are spending the night here in Normal, and then we're going to wake up in the morning and travel a little bit farther north to the Chicago area. To Des Plaines is where we will go, as Maine West will host your Collinsville Kahawks tomorrow at 3 o'clock for round number 1 of the IHSA Class 7A playoffs. We'll be on the air at 2:30 with pregame coverage. Kickoff at 3 o'clock. A big thank you to Rob Luggie joining us in the pregame show, and a big thank you again to Sydney Carroll joining us in the postgame show. For Chris Kettler, my name is Todd Duke. Until tomorrow afternoon, everybody have a fantastic rest of your Friday.